Thank you. You're a helpful boy. Sure. Go with that. Are those shoes electric?
No.
Children, it's time for the science fair. Please go stand next to your project. Good afternoon. What a lovely crowd. I would like to welcome you all to the 53rd Annual Allen County Science Fair. I am Dr. Henrietta J. Bergers, and I am the host and the judge for this event. These are our finalists from the regionals, and I'll be asking them questions and giving out awards. Let's begin over here. This project is titled, Which is Better for Seeing Things in a Microscope, Straight Up or Down Light or Side Light? Please tell me your name and what you did.
I'm Penelope Pumpernickle, and I did which is better, up and down or side to side for different objects on a microscope. I had 2 microscopes. Anyway, for thick things like this circuit or like bugs, you want to use like the top or the bottom microscope light, because then it shows more detail because it's thick. And then for thin things like salt or spoiled milk or like stem slices, because it's thin, for thin things you want to use the side lights. And it shows more detail in that way.
This looks like a lot of work. All these photographs with light from different directions. I see a top light and side light, and here's some bottom light. And I see your camera mounted to a microscope. Did you do all this work yourself?
No, my dad helped with the camera, my mom helped with like the descriptions, and then my dad's cousin's brother, stepbrother, helped with like this.
Well, it's good to have help, isn't it? Well, I'd say this is a fine application of the scientific method, and I'm going to give you a special award. Trip to Space Camp! Space Camp!
Say 0G.
0G. Thank you, Penelope Pepperdine.
Pumpernickle.
Yes. Here is our next project. Can plants live on Mars? What an exciting topic. Can you please tell me your name and what you did?
My name is Dwendolyn W. Korbin II, and I tested whether or not plants could live on Mars.
My goodness. This looks like a lot of work. Did you do it yourself?
Yes, all by myself. I borrowed the equipment from school.
Ooh, and it's not easy to borrow equipment from school, is it?
It sure isn't. But I'm smart, so I did it.
Cute. That probably helps. What are the conditions on Mars that you were recreating?
I recreated the air pressure, the CO2 level, the temperature, and the temperature of the water in the soil.
Well, I understand that on Mars, the temperature can get 70 degrees Fahrenheit, which is very comfortable, but at night it goes down to minus 100 degrees Fahrenheit. How did you recreate such a cold?
Well, I put the plants in the freezer.
What about the air pressure, which on Mars I understand is about 1% of what it is on Mars, on Earth?
I used a vacuum pump to thin out the air.
Very ingenious. And that's this picture here. That's a pressure chamber with a pump. I see it, and there's your pressure gauge. But how did you create the 95% carbon dioxide level?
Well, I used a CO2 meter to read the level of the CO2. And I breathed into the plants myself to give them the CO2.
Well, do you think perhaps you injected your own DNA? That's very ingenious, young lady. So, did you find any Earth plants that can grow on Mars?
Well, I only used Indiana plants.
Indiana plants?
Because I started late, I'm sorry.
Ah.
But, according to my research, there are plants that grow where there is low air pressure or where it's very cold. like the top of the mountains or the Arctic.
That is true.
Therefore, those plants could grow on Mars.
Given only one of the conditions, yes, you are correct. So your conclusion is?
Don't grow Indiana plants on Mars.
Well, your conclusion logically follows your data.
Of course it does, I'm smart.
And the beautiful photographs and hypothesis and procedure. However, I do notice that marigold, you spelled it with an E, and it does not have an E at the end. And you didn't list the styrofoam cups on your materials list, so I'm afraid I can only give you second place and a certificate for a free birthday bash at the Bagel Bar.
It expires in 2 weeks.
Well, happy birthday.
Say technicality.
Lawsuit.
On to our next project. Hello, young man. You were very helpful earlier in the day. Your project reads, are this pond and puddle connected by groundwater? Please tell me your name and what you did.
My name is Wally Brickhouser, and I made this project.
Did you have fun on such a outdoorsy project?
I did. I jumped in the mud a lot. My mom's like, ew, Wally, get out of the mud. If it was quicksand, it would swallow you whole.
Well, that's an if-then statement that I think is true. What question were you trying to answer?
What can I do to pass 5th grade?
Do you see what they're doing? They're giving extra points for entering the science fair. Total lack of sincerity. Good for you for doing your best to pass 5th grade. What else did you have to do to pass 5th grade? I'm just curious.
I had to do all the worksheets I had shoved in my desk. I can't even close it.
Good. I'm glad you're getting all that done. Let's talk about your science project, though. You were wondering if which is the puddle, which is the pond?
That's the puddle, this is the pond.
You were wondering if these two were connected by groundwater. Do you know what groundwater is?
Water underground?
Yes. So if these were connected by groundwater and the water on this side was lowered like a camel came to drink it, what would happen to the water on this side?
This would go down too. I mean, it's only fair.
Ethics is usually lacking in scientific investigation, and I'm pleased to see fairness brought up here. But how did you conduct your test?
Well, my mom got a board and put it down. She had to make sure it was level, and she kept telling me to get off of it. She said, it's a science project, not a teeter-totter.
Yes, and I see that board is level because it's got a level on it to make it level. And level is spelled the same backwards as forwards. But then how did you find out if
My
one
mom
side-
found 2 of my school rulers I had shoved under all my worksheets.
Yes.
And strapped them onto the ends of the board so they were barely touching the water.
Very good. Okay, and so you use those rulers to measure the water level, and then what did you do?
I bailed buckets of water out of the pond.
Yes, and then what did you see? What did you do then?
We ate lunch because my mom said, we might as well come back in a few hours because it's going to take a little while for it to take effect.
That's true, and it was good to eat a nutritious meal. So then after lunch, what did you do then?
I don't quite remember, but I do remember finding this frog and I shot it under my potato gun. They explode on impact, which is nice.
Yes, your data says that the puddle water level remained the same as the pond. Do you remember that?
Yeah? No?
Okay. Well, sadly, there is no checkbox on my assessment checklist for scientific understanding and analysis, so your project scores very high. It has the hypothesis, the materials list, the procedures, all the data in metric, a personal peccadillo of mine. I have to say, Wally, that you have a perfect score, and therefore I must award you blue ribbon, best in show, and a 4-year scholarship to Dartmouth College.
Dartmouth, is that a hard school? And did you just say 4 years?
Say unforeseen.
I can't say big words.
On to our next project.
Want to trade your Bergers for my bagel barn?
Yes. Oh my gosh, thank
What?
you.
Am I reading this correctly? Can I slow down or speed up time?
Yes, my name is Nicky Maxwell, and this is my time control actuator.
The time control actuator. Oh, I've got to get a new form. I might have to fill out two or three here. So how does it speed up or slow down time?
Well, first, getting the electric field to change the speed of time. Time reduces the speed of atoms that oscillate, and you can speed them up with the electric field and you can slow them. And if you slow them down, if you slow the atoms down, you can speed it up.
You have a machine that changes the oscillation speed of atoms, which in effect changes the speed of time.
Yep.
Well, I've been a scientist for at least 75 years, and I've never heard of such a thing being possible.
Well, it's right here.
What? You have a demonstration? And you built this? Well, let's see it in action. Please tell me what all of these parts to your mechanism are.